TOA community. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Robert Linkle with TrainingTheOlderAdult.com. I want to talk to you today about why I like my clients to count their reps. This is a comment and a question that comes up often from clients and other affiliates and gym owners, trainers out there all around the world. This is one that I get often, believe it or not. Why don't we just run a timer and let our clients go, let them enjoy a social engagement without the added stresses and focus of having to count the repetitions and stay in the moment with what they're doing with their lifts and the weight in hand? And the answer is, just as I explained now, there's a cognitive buy-in, a terminology I like to use, a cognitive buy-in from our clients to pay attention to what rep they are on and what order their workout is in as they go through. We have a term called ushering, which is when you grab Dolores by the elbow and you walk her over to the bench and you say, here, sit down, here are your 10s, and you lay her back on the bench and you spot her arms up while she benches via the wrists, not the elbows. And then you bring her back up. That's good. That was about 30 seconds. And then you walk her over to the bike and you put her on the bike and she sprints on the bike. Oh, we're all done there. There's 30 seconds. Then you walk her over here and you grab the next weight. And Dolores doesn't have to do anything to cognitively buy into the moment. She is just being weekend at Bernie's around the weight room here, okay, just going wherever, going with the flow of whatever you ask her to go and do. So she can keep talking about the Golden Girls and what was on the news last night, and hey, did you see the Oscars, and guess what I'm doing with my grandkids this weekend, which is all fine and dandy and great, and I love to talk about those things during the warm-up when I don't need you to pay attention and I don't need you to stay engaged. That's when I want to talk to you. That's when I want to have social engagement. But then when it's go time, baby, and it's time for us to get out there on the floor, Dolores, I need you to turn the hat backwards, and I need you to click the switch on, and I need you to get ready to kick some ass and lift some weights. So I need you focused. I need you in the game, and I need you to be able to count to 8, 10, or 12, or 9, 11, or 13, depending on what scheme we're doing, because I need you to get some cognitive buy-in to what we're doing. And then when we're done, I need you to look at the board and go, hey, what's next? I just did my deadlifts. Guess what? It's time to bench press. I love bench press. And they go over and they grab their 20s because they know that's how much they can bench. And they lay down on the bench and they spot themselves because we're doing single arm bench press. So they can use their other hand to spot and challenge themselves. They don't need me. They got this shit. They can cover it because they've been trained well, because they're cognitively invested and focused on what they're doing in the weight room and not being ushered around the weight room by me, okay? This gives us a great opportunity to coach our clients and not just simply run a timer and constantly focus on the buzzing and the pressure of, hey, you didn't quite get your weight selected in time, or the step that you're gonna step up on isn't quite the right height and you need to adjust it, but we just wasted 20 of our 30 seconds because the buzzer already went off. When if they could just count to 30 on their own and do 15 on each leg, they could take the extra time to set up their gear and do their own thing. There's no pressure, there's no hurrying, there's no discomfort from that whole experience that comes about. The great opportunity here is I am invested as the client. I know my reps, I know my counts, I know my load, I know the workout. My trainers put this together and they've taught me to have personal accountability and presence of mind while I am on the floor. And this is a huge part of cognition being built into the goal of the fitness program, of your entire program, is to make us a better overall human being. Not simply to make their heart healthier, their lungs work better, and their muscles stronger. It's the overall body. And a big chunk of that is training their mind just as much as their physical being. We need them to have an awareness and a cognition and a stimulus to their mind just as much as their body. So why do we change reps? Why do we go from 8, 10, 12 one week to 9, 11, 13 the next? Because we're getting a couple extra reps, right? One extra rep. Instead of doing 8s, we're doing 9s. Instead of doing 10s, we're doing 11s. You're just slowly, gradually moving the volume up, which challenges the body, creates an overload, but also it teaches the mind, hey, we do everything in even numbers in the weight room. All of a sudden, you're doing 9, 11, and 13s, and it throws everybody for a loop. It's like when it rains outside, everyone forgets how to drive. When we have to count by 3s in here, oh my God, what's gonna happen? The sky is falling. We're going by odd numbers today? I don't know what to do. What comes after 11? We start to flip out. It's okay. You can work on these numbers and train your brain right along with this. It's actually really fun to do. It's quite challenging too when you're counting by 3s backwards. Hey, let's start at 30, 27, 24, 21. You see their mind starting, that is dual tasking. Talk to my boy Ryan Glatt. Ryan Glatt is the king of this. He is the master of dual tasking and maybe even tri-tasking. I don't know if that's a real thing. It's a word that I use anyhow. Mr. Ryan Glatt, Dr. Ryan Glatt, he's one of the best in the business out there on cognition training, dual tasking, a couple other highly recommended professionals on here that you can see some of their work as well. This is a big part of what we do, people. Stop ushering your clients around. Quit asking me to just run a timer for you because I need you to be invested. And now, every once in a while, maybe every fourth or fifth workout, when I do run a timer, what do I ask my clients to do? To stay focused in the moment, but to work harder, to work at a higher tempo, and to get after it that day. So they don't have enough time to just kind of go through the motions when the buzzer does go off. But again, when we do the buzzer, I do a handheld. I'm not running a clock up there that, again, puts a lot of pressure on people. If they're not quite ready yet, you can stall, give them a little time. That's part of being a good coach and not making people feel like they're failing. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, questions, anything that you need at all, I'm your guy. I'm here for you. Please comment. Hit me up down below. Head over to trainingtheolderadult.com for any further information or questions about our programming. Please subscribe, like the video, ring the bell so you don't miss any of our future content. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.